Hello everyone! Welcome to MudRunner, a Spintires game, or just Spintires MudRunner, whatever you want to call it. This is, I guess, the second edition to the Spintires type franchise. It's developed by Pavel, and only the developer is Saber Interactive. Where do I need to turn here? Let's take a quick look. Okay, yeah, I think right here. Must have actually missed it by just a hair. Goodbye, tree. Okay, there's the actual road entrance. It's always hard to see it in the dark. So, as usual, I have the Kraz 255, or well, in-game they call it the Seat 255, with a load of long logs. We are on the new map, the Valley. It's with the free DLC, recently released, and as always, we're hauling logs. Now, what I did is I just started with this Kraz. I dragged the two trailers over to the garage, and you can see I've been goofing around quite a bit, doing some exploring, and I picked up 2 loads of logs here so far, both long logs, and it's been kind of difficult getting across this river. I've tried it in a couple different spots. First time I believe I crossed here. We are not in hardcore mode. Second time, I actually forgot I needed fuel, so I picked up the load and had to kind of try and hypermile back around this way to the fuel station. So there's that. Now, after playing for a little while and realizing, hey, you know, I don't need a fuel truck, I can get fuel, and doing this with the long logs and all, I decided, you know what, there's actually an achievement. It's called My Only Love, and that's to use one truck throughout I believe, finish all the objectives, or to finish a map using only one truck. Now, the first map I tried in MudRunner was, they call it the Bog, which is basically a revamp of the Plains, which is kind of one of my more favorite maps from the original Spintires, and of course the Kraz being my favorite truck in both games. And I do like the new in-cab view. That's actually really great, and some of the controls are better in this game, of course. Now, as far as what I did on that particular playthrough, I was also on casual, and I did it both with long. It was one objective, and I completed that with long logs only. Got the achievement, size matters. But I realized once again I did all the log hauling with this truck, but I did not get the achievement. Okay, yeah, I had to go around here because there's another new thing in this game: the block posts. That's unusual. Here's the question: do I want to go around like this? I think that's what I had planned. I really don't want to try and goof through the forest there. So, yes, I'm trying to get the My Only Love achievement. Now, in the previous, when I was in the Bog using this truck, I had set up another fuel truck to where I always stop, refuel, and repair if I got any damage. That was unusual. So yeah, also, once again, in my hypermiling experiment, I learned if you turn off your all-wheel drive, you actually use considerably less amount of fuel. So when I was using 4 or 5 liters, instantly jumps up to 13 liters of fuel per minute with the all-wheel drive on. I'm confused again. Okay, I'm making shortcuts. Yeah, that river crossing is just awfully rocky. It's tough for this truck to do with the long logs. Now, it seems that that when you're in casual mode, you have differential lock on all of your axles. As you can see, we have on the tandems in the back and the steering axle as well. So that's great. Now, oh boy, we'll see how this goes. Now, in hardcore, you only have... Now, they may have updated it since, but at least more towards the beginning, you only had differential lock on your rear axles, whereas your steer axles did not have differential lock, and that actually makes quite a difference when going through some pretty bad mud. So it's considerably easier in casual mode. And honestly, this seems a fair bit easier than the original Spintires. Maybe we just learned how to play, I don't know. But it seemed a little too difficult in the first place, that original Spintires. I guess we probably just learned how to play. The block post is another interesting feature added to this game. I'm not sure what I think about that. I mean, I guess it adds challenge. Not sure I would necessarily want that challenge added. Okay, we're coming up on some pretty tough stuff here. I believe I tried kind of cutting corners, going off to the right there, and ended up getting somewhat stuck. Let's see. Of course, I could be totally confused as to where I am. Yeah, I am. Well, actually, no. I am in the right spot. I just didn't realize. Because there's actually there's a bit of a river there, or pond you have to drive through, and it's pretty slippery out at the other end. So for some reason, this is working way better than my first attempt. I got stuck horribly there. I guess because I tried cutting the corner instead of turning it wide, and I guess staying on some better ground. I do like using the in-cab view, especially in this truck, because it's got the long square hood with the hood ornament and all. So, no, I don't want to be too terribly boring and just try and jibber-jabber this whole time, because, let's face it, I'm not that great at jibber-jabber. So I may do some cuts, well, more likely some high speed. That'll be interesting, right? High-speed Spintires. So, I may give that a shot. You know, why wouldn't I click it into 1+ here? Let's move a bit quicker. Don't need all wheels. Let's try and save that fuel. Let's turn that back on. And of course, one of the cooler features of this game is how you can... Well, we are handling this fairly well. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe they changed the mud physics since I saved this. You know, I really doubt that. Okay, we are not going to go to the right. What I was saying, one of the cool features is being able to feather the throttle instead of just mashing it to the floor like basically every other driving game, it would seem. I will go left. It's getting bright enough, getting close to daylight, daybreak. Don't need the headlights anymore. It just screws with your eyes focus anyways, right? So here's this Maz truck that I have not used. What is it? 530 something? 535. And I'm not sure why I decided to just... Oh, there's this mud puddle. We'll see how this goes. Not sure why I've decided to learn most of the vehicles by their actual real-life manufacturer names versus just the in-game designation. You know, you have the Kraz and the Ural trucks, as well as the little UAZ Jeeps, and of course the big Maz trucks, the 8x8s. And then the newest truck that was put into the game with this DLC, which is another E-Class truck, big 8x8, which seems to be basically a Kamaz chassis placed on, Kamaz cab placed upon a Maz chassis. It looks kind of goofy, but it seems it's very similar to the other two 8x8 trucks. It's basically a win button, or very close to being a win button if you just can keep fueling the thing, because they are fuel hogs. Okay, I've not been this way. I'm not sure if I want to cut through that guy's. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Let's just knock over that tree. And push that one a little bit. Sure. And of course, the guys here at the lumber mill are always jamming out as you drive up, because I guess we just can't get the lumber here fast enough, so they can continue to work, and they always have these jam sessions, as you can hear. Birds fly out of the grass and everything. Lots of people growing pumpkins around here. It's almost as if they are planning on making pumpkin pie. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan to me. Now that I believe I have 6 points at each lumber mill, I think we're just going to take 2 sets of short logs on one truck and bring them out here to finish that up. And I think we're going to do that in high speed. Okay. Always confused. Always. Yeah, this is the wrong way, sort of. We'll take the long way around. Tearing up the mud maybe a little bit more than I should, but oh well. That's another thing in this game, you have to have patience to just kind of crawl through the mud, part throttle, we're not in a big hurry. And as usual, wow, the rocks are usually a death trap for that trailer. I do like the interior as well. They seem to have done a fairly decent job. It may not be complete, but I certainly like it. Also, some people are complaining about this unusual looking gauges, and they are kind of weird. It'd be cooler if they were in the dash. But I think it's certainly a lot better than nothing. I like being able to see this. Hopefully they'll fill out the interior a little bit more in the future. Yep. This is good stuff in my book. Okay, we're gonna need to go down and get fuel first. We'll get it from the other lumber mill. Take the same way we did with this load. It's quite a bit easier to cross. Was it here? I think I crossed here. Cross here, and then go around like that, because you have to avoid the block post, versus crossing there. So we'll probably come back down just that road, put in fuel, pick up logs there, then head back the same way. So, yes, 52 liters. Let us remove that full setup, and then we'll have the log carriage, and then short log trailer should do the job. I think that's all the cool stuff we can attach. I kind of miss some of the upgrades from the original Spintires, like additional illumination was kind of cool. We had the kind of red spotlights facing backwards off the back of the cab, as well as the cabin protection, the big, I guess you could call it a roll cage, roll bar. And then you could put the spare tire on top, which looked goofy, but that was kind of cool. I like having it here better. As well as later on they added beacons instead of the additional illumination, which was kind of cool, but really pointless out here in the wilderness. Only thing you're going to do is wake up somebody's babushka living in this house, or whoever lives here. I only arrived recently. I haven't gotten acquainted with the locals just yet. I need to first build up a bit of a reputation for building all these logs, because you can see, well, that's more of a sheet metal problem, I think. Some of the houses are just a little bit in disrepair. Need some lumber to fix it up. Okay, so... Alright, I think from here on out we will just be doing some high-speed time acceleration type stuff. And we'll be right back. Alright, so now we're loaded up. 6 more points. 1 for each lumber mill. That should finish it off for this map. As you can see, I guess these lumberjacks it's laundry day today. They got their clothes hanging out to dry. You know, I actually did want to, I guess almost apologize and say, hey, you know, I haven't been around a lot. You know, life always has to come first. And I've been pretty busy, and I guess just procrastinating in general. I'm pretty good at that. As well as I'm pretty good at getting lost in this game. Well, not getting lost, but I seem to not be able to follow my original trail that well at all. So I just wanted to say that, you know, I do have some more stuff coming. Of course, there's this going up. I believe there's going to be another farming simulator co-op going up next week. I'm going to try and be a little bit more steady, put some more effort into the channel. The co-op, there's of course this, I'm probably going to call it Spintires Extra or whatever, maybe Achievement Hunters, who cares. Either ways, it's Spintires, and I'm looking to achieve things, as we all are. Now the question is, which way did I come? Okay. The wrong way is the way I came from. We're going this way. And I also have some more, you know, real-life repair stuff coming. Have some... That doesn't look like a bad spot. That's probably right where I crossed. Because you can see some of these rocks. You know, crossing with that long log trailer, you know, sometimes you're just barely on the verge of still being able to move because that trailer provides so much drag, especially in the mud. And, you know, oh crap. Okay, so I think I had to do the same thing. So now we can't move. That means you're stuck. Okay, so we're gonna have to winch. I had to do this earlier as well. Let's use that one. They tend to move around, but for some reason those are actually some of the best winch points. Like you can see here, I think it just basically caught on a rock. But with that long log trailer, it's oh so much worse. I mean, you hit one rock with one of those big duals on that trailer and you stop dead in your tracks. You have to snake your way around this area trying not to get stuck or trying not to hit a rock with any of your wheels, because if you hit, like, you usually can handle one, but if you hit like one wheel with your drives and then one on the tandems on the trailer, that's usually pretty much it. Yeah, let's not go through there. Let's go around. Yeah, I have some, repair videos and whatnot coming for in real life stuff. Now, we may actually be doing more than one upload a week for just a little while, because I have, like I said, I've been planning stuff and it's all come to kind of fruition right at the same time, kind of piling up. So we may do some more rapid uploads and then probably be on hiatus for a while, but hopefully not. Maybe I'll be able to do a little bit better with my scheduling and keep it a little bit more steady. Awesome truck. I'd love to have one of these. These horizontal grill bars that they put in to the MudRunner version of the game, I think that's because of whatever reason, the truck is supposed to be so and so different, to where it's not just copying the same game. I think Pavel realized that Ovi was a terrible, terrible publisher, so he decided to get out of there, and then just did what he had to do in his contract, and then came here and made this game, so he had to change it so and so much, which of course you get the horizontal grill bars versus the vertical ones and the real Kraz, and Kraz and the Kraz in real life and Kraz in the original Spintires. This, however, from my guessing, is actually a Kraz 255, because it's got the headlights on the pedestals above the fenders, whereas the Kraz 255B and the one that was in the original Spintires had them in these boxes that was on the fenders, not on the pedestals. So I like this look better. It's a more old school look, but I believe this truck was actually much more rare in real life than the 255B. I think I turn here. No, we'll soon find out. Yeah, this is the right spot. Alright, so we're nearing our destinations. This worked quite well. Of course, they're jamming out already. I must say, I do like the music they're jamming to, which is basically the main menu music. It's one of the best tunes to listen to while playing this game, I think. It's sloppy. Sometimes this looks like, oh, this would be so fun in real life. Driving these big trucks through the mud, hauling lumber out in the middle of nowhere on a logging crew or whatever. And then you see that mud, how it's piling up on the drives. on the tires everywhere. And then I remember that I've actually done some work in an area like that, and you know, the more you walk around, the taller you get because the mud just sticks to your boots. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to be slick at this. Okay, I really wanted to unload the trailer first, but that's obviously not gonna happen. Let's see if we can back it out. No. Let us detach the trailer. And hopefully it won't roll too far forward. It's probably just resting on the truck. Okay, how about now, guys? There we go. Yeah! See you guys later. Let's see if we can attach. We're gonna be too far off. Yep, we need to move closer. So, night is falling again. Let's quickly drop this before it gets too late. It's 8 o'clock. Now I know a lot of people are quite annoyed. There we go. Let's see if I can pull this now that I don't have that extra weight on the drives. It might be a little difficult. Some people are complaining that it's just a money grab with this game because, you know, they already bought Spintires. And now they're supposed to buy MudRunner yet? Well, you know, that's quite a bit. However, the way I look at it, you know, I really like this game. I really like these games. It's quite cool, especially now that I guess I've kind of learned how to drive in the mud better, and it seems a little bit easier, not quite so brutal. It's quite enjoyable, and I'm really hoping for an eventual career mode for this, where you'd actually start out with maybe that ZIL 150 or the B150 class truck, and you'd, you know, haul some stuff around for your neighbors, and you start making money, and you could upgrade your truck into 6x4 or 4x4 or even 6x6 eventually, or buy a different truck and slowly go out to the more brutal areas as you built up your truck. That would be so cool. I'd love a Spintires career mode type game. And I guess that's why I'm supporting them. You know, lots of people are saying, you know, if you don't have a Spintires game, get MudRunner, and I'd agree with that. It seems to be, well, of course, this game is still supported. It seems to be more, a little bit more stable. It almost seems, of course, I haven't played the other one in some time, the original Spintires. But it seems to have perhaps be a little bit more stable, perhaps some graphical improvements. Let's unload this. Aw, my only love. Yes! But why does it show the B131, the ZIL 131? Woo! Okay, did not rescue. Only used this truck. Minimum best game balance. Okay, I guess that's when I started did this default. Why did I kill the engine? I want to go back to the garage. Okay, now I have the 3 stars on the side of the truck to signify that I finished the map using only this three-point truck. But yeah, you know, Spintires MudRunner is somewhat of an improvement to the original, better graphics. It's still being supported. You've got more trucks. And, of course, it does have some differences, and it seems a little bit easier. That just might be my somewhat skill. Yeah, let's not drive off into the wilderness to you know, find the better routes through the mud. Let's try and not run over this person's fence. They're probably not going to be happy. Ah, that's fine. You got the big steel bumpers, no problem. It says 89 on it for some reason. Can't see. There, 89. And this is dark. Let's just drive in cab for just a little bit. Is it really this bad here? But, and This game is not cheap. It's $30. Of course, actually, at the time of recording, what is it, March 4th? It is actually half off right now. I'm not sure why. I did not see any news on why it's off. I probably should go check that, right? But I think they're both good games. You know, they're slightly different. I'm going to play this one because it is the one that's still supported and so on. But some people just view it as a total money grab, but it's just when you, what do they say, garbage in, garbage out? No, that wouldn't be the correct term. Because Pavel's doing a great job programming and, you know, developing the game. It's just if your publisher is, well, mediocre then, or worse than mediocre, you know, you can't really make a good game that way. Alright everyone, well, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. Let's turn the parking brake on and take it out of gear. That's more proper. Appreciate you coming along for the ride. This has been Spintires MudRunner. I guess Achievement Hunters. This time I was able to get, and it probably didn't show up because I think that's actually a Steam overlay thing. But I was able to get the My Only Love achievement by only using the C255, the Kraz 255, to haul all the logs. And once again, thanks for coming along for the ride, and until next time, have a good one.